Welcome to Etown Everywhere podcast. I'm Nellie, your co-host. This is episode 26 of Etown Everywhere, a podcast featuring fun facts and from around the world. The show is brought to you by Elizabethtown College's Office of International Student Services.
Hello everyone, I'm your co-host Luke, and each week we will be taking you on an adventure around the world. This week's featured country is New Zealand.
Taking a swim across the big pond to our featured country, here are some fast, fun, fantastic facts about New Zealand. No part of the country is more than 128 kilometers from the sea. Only 5% of New Zealand's population is human, the rest are animals. Blue Lake and Nelson Lakes National Park has the clearest water in the world. There are no land snakes native or introduced to New Zealand. Organized commercial bungee jumping first began in New Zealand.
Hearing about all those fantastic fast facts makes me want to move to New Zealand, but before I do, I would like to know what kind of climate and weather to expect. The climate of New Zealand is varied due to the country's diverse landscape. Most regions of New Zealand belong to the temperate zone, with a maritime climate characterized by 4 distinct seasons. Conditions vary from extremely wet on the west coast of the South Island to almost semi-arid in the central Otago and subtropical Northland.
Now let's hear about some more amazing facts about New Zealand and make ourselves more worldly people. New Zealand is home to more species of penguins than any other country. In 1893, New Zealand became the first country to give women the right to vote. New Zealand is similar in size to the UK, but only has a population of about 4 million compared to 63 million in the UK. About 1/3 of the country is protected national park. 2 New Zealand rescue dogs were taught to drive a car around a truck in order to prove the intelligence of shelter animals. There are no nuclear plant stations in New Zealand. New Zealand was the last habitable landmass to be populated. The only land mammals native to New Zealand are bats. New Zealand produces 100 kilograms of butter and 65 kilograms of cheese each year per person. There are more vending machines in Japan than there are people in New Zealand. Sign language is one of the 3 official languages of New Zealand.
Speaking of students from around the world, and students in general, here are some wacky, worldly, wonderful words of wisdom for this week. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Gandhi. Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. Albert Einstein. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Eleanor Roosevelt. Instead of letting your hardships and failures discourage you or exhaust you, let them inspire you. Let them make you even hungrier to succeed. Michelle Obama.
Coming back to information about this week's featured country, New Zealand, here's some famous people from New Zealand. Lorde, a pop singer, Keith Urban, a country singer, Sam Willis, comedian, Russell Crowe, movie star, Christina Webb, an illustrator, and Lucy Lawless, a TV actress.
Welcome to the Etown Everywhere News Brief. In our featured country of New Zealand, scientists are beginning to piece together a more detailed picture of the magnitude 7.8 earthquake that rocked New Zealand on November 13th. The massive quake extended existing fault ruptures by several miles and even raised one underwater reef several meters above sea level. The drastic changes provided both the need and opportunity for new geological mapping. Researchers say new data could be essential, not just for understanding the earthquake's behavior, but for assessing future seismic hazard in the region as well.
Okay, everyone, it is your favorite part of the show. Drum roll, please. The joke of the week.
The frightened tourist. Are there any bats in this cave? The guide. There were, but don't worry, the snakes ate all of them.
That was hilarious. I can't wait until next week to get in there laughing. Idioms are a group of words that don't really mean what they say. What they actually say can sometimes seem silly. If you don't know the special meaning of an idiom, you won't understand what someone is trying to say. Here's our idiom of the week. To throw the book at someone means to give someone the worst possible punishment for the crime committed.
Thank you for listening to Etown Everywhere, a podcast featuring fun facts and friends from around the world. The show is brought to you by Elizabethtown College's Office of International Student Services. Etown Everywhere was originally conceived jointly by WWEC 88.3 FM, the sound of Elizabethtown, and the Office of International Student Services. If you would like additional information about this week's podcast, please contact the Office of International Student Services at oiss@etown.edu or at 717-361-1594. I'm your co-host Luke, and remember, never stop exploring the world around you. Have a terrific day.